How's it going, guys? Skoks, Chicago Blackhawks Central here. Gonna do some free agency talk tonight. A lot of rumors going on with Martin Necas from the Carolina Hurricanes. A little Jake Gensel news, not much, but I think it's worth getting into, right? Possible contract, salary, and we will see what else comes up. But yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, so something actually popped up. I wanted to go over before hopping into this free agent, topic. Potential free agents. A tweet. When was this? A day or two ago, from Cam Robinson from Elite Prospects. Puts out a lot of great stuff. Uh, a little Ivan Demidov talk from him. He said, I've spoken to nearly a dozen teams about the Russian winger. To a person, everyone acknowledges he has some of the highest potential in the class, but no single team indicated they would feel secure in taking him with a top two, three, or even top five pick. He's a slider candidate for sure. Very, very interesting, right? So that got about 500,000 views from 2 days ago. Big topic, big prospect with Ivan Demidov, and that is a hard hitting tweet, right? That he put out. Um, Highly affects the Blackhawks spot at number two overall. Um, but I always go back to the draft room and the Hawks with KD and staff. They have, they have their sources. They have done their homework, and they're going to continue to do more homework on all of the other prospects, whether it's Demidov, Caden Lindstrom, or Artem Levshinov. About 2 weeks out from the draft here, right on the 28th of June is night one, round one of the draft. But very interesting how there is a possibility, right, of a fall with Demidov. It seems like those concerns kind of flared out, for a while here. I don't think it was a concern, and maybe it still isn't, but maybe there's a few rumblings here and there. We don't know. Nothing's official. So we'll see where that goes for GMKD and staff when they get down to Florida for the Russian prospects, right? The little combine that they have going on, or maybe it's just like a meetup type of thing for interviews and stuff like that. But we'll see how that goes with Ivan Demidov. Going to be a very interesting scenario there uh, with the Russian prospects. But let's hop into some free agent talk. Um, Really quick before that, Cap Friendly brought it up last time as well. The Capitals bought him out, and the NHL is, they are supporting that purchase. Pretty much seems like, and they don't want that type of stuff out for the public. I think we all hate that, right? It should be out there for the fans. To educate ourselves, to know what's going on with contracts and everything like that. It's crucial, right? Just to see where the team is at. So we'll see how that all plays out, but don't love that. But an interesting tweet yesterday from Ben Pope. The Blackhawks have been very secretive about the in-house analytics system they built, but they believe they have something pretty unique. So uh, I don't know. That's interesting, right? This is another situation where they should gain a competitive advantage versus teams who haven't invested in this. So pretty much sounds like they have a big database with all the contracts, stats, and all this stuff going on. Sounds like it's a very, very similar to Cap Friendly. So that's definitely a big thing for us and big thing for KD and staff. That's what you love to see. But the big topic for today, at least on Wednesday here, June 12, from Pierre LeBrun on the Athletic, Line A, Natchez, Ehlers, and more, plus latest Cooper Team Canada. Lots of good stuff. Mario Terabasi, he noted here, Blackhawks, one of a handful of teams in on Martin Natchez and looking for other top 9 forward upgrades, according to Pierre LeBrun. Very interesting. Wally from Wall Mash 35. If you're familiar with him on Twitter, lots of good stuff there with his Chicago prospects, right? He also notes LeBron reports that the Blackhawks are looking to acquire both a top 6 and middle 6 forward, which I think we've talked about before, and I think it was pretty obvious that you need upgrades in those areas, and not upgrades that we're just going to keep on piling on, right? Where we're like um, stacking up a bunch of weird contracts trying to like gun it for the wild card next season, because I don't think that's realistic. But definitely an upgrade in competition, an upgrade in skill, all of that, right? But he also noted here, he also reveals that the Hawks were looking at Go Avs Go, which is just the Avalanche hashtag there, Valeri Nichushkin at one point, but they felt that there was too much risk. And not too long ago, it seems like there was a lot of risk there, and he is, I believe, something happened with him. Whether he's getting treatment or something like that, whether he's seeking help, I think, um, for some mental issues going on, or I could be wrong, but I think it was something like that. Wasn't too long ago. Um, Something going on, but yeah. So obviously the Hawks are looking for upgrades throughout the lineup, which is understandable. And what I wanted to do for tonight, I don't want to keep you too long tonight, but just checking up on Cap Friendly before it disappears on us, right? Let's check out some of the free agent options once again, but let's kind of hone in on those guys that were mentioned, right? Let's see what's going on here, and let's figure this out. So let me share the screen and let me pull up Cap Friendly. Let's take a look at this. All right, so you should be able to see it right now. Let me fix the layout so it'll be a little easier to see. And let me move it over to the left a bit. And if everyone can see that now, I think that's much better. All right, let's take a look here. Should be fine now. Or let me pull up a little bigger, just so you can get a good look at it. Let me make myself smaller on the screen. I think that is perfect right there. Let's check this out here. UFAs for now. But we can talk about the Natchez, whether the price for him is too high or not. I think we were talking about a mid-round pick for Natchez before, not too long ago, but maybe that price has gone up a bit. And even if it's, I don't know, like a a higher pick than that, I think I would be fine with that because he is a very talented hockey player. But it's just how the money works out down the road, right? Whether it's appropriate for our plan, our timeline, and we'll see how that works out there. And I know GMKD, he is very meticulous with those contracts. He's done a very, very good job so far. Him and staff, they have definitely gotten it done. But let me pull up the forwards um, for the UFAs. I think it'll help us out a bit better right now if we just hone in on the forwards for right now. Don't take a look at the D-men because I think I brought them up last time. We took a look at the free agents. So if you guys can see that now, the bit of a leaderboard here, right? The rankings of the UFAs, just seeing who's available. Stamkos, I don't think that's realistic for where we are in our plan, our rebuild right now. Adam Henrique, is he someone that doesn't stay with Edmonton after the season? Because I think the Oilers are toast um, against the Panthers right now. 2-0 lead, right? Panthers in the Stanley Cup final. I think the Oilers are toast, to be honest with you. Adam Henrique, is that someone that we would be interested in? He could play center, winger at times. Versatile player, played all 82 games this season. 24 goals, 27 assists, 51 points. Decent at the faceoff dot as well, right? I think that is a player at 34 years old, has a lot of experience, playoffs, and just been around a long time. I think that's an underrated name that I haven't heard many people bring up right now. Um, so I think I would be very interested in Adam Henrique as a top six option, whether it's at center or on the wing, or even if he's helping out with the depth on the third line. Definitely an interesting name that I look at right now and haven't looked at him um, before, right? The last time we talked about the free agents, but I think that's a name that we should all, uh, you know, keep a lookout for here for free agency. I think Adam Henrique is someone that can fill a need. He can fill a role, and I think that's very realistic at 34 years old right now. I don't know when his birthday is, but yeah, not crazy old, and he could still play. 82 games played. Love to see that. But let's take a look at a few other guys. Is Alexander Wenberg, is he a possible option for us? Centerman, 29 years old, played 79 games this season, 10 goals, 20 assists, 30 total points. Is he someone that we can see on our third line, right? Whether Jason Dickinson is playing 2C, possibly. Is that something that we can take a look at with Alexander Wenberg? Possibly. It's still an upgrade from like Entwistle, Athanasiou at center, right? Just not great stuff. Not great stuff at all. Looking at that depth chart, right? The lineup, but I think that's an interesting name to keep an eye on there. Definitely, Wenberg and Adam Henrique, two guys that are just underrated right now for the Hawks targets. Haven't heard a lot about them recently, and I think that's very realistic. Doesn't break the bank either. Um, the Jake Gensel talk, obviously, lots of talk about him Do, do I see that happening? Maybe not, but it's definitely possible, and there is smoke out there. GMKD at the combine, I went over it a few days ago, but he did, keep an open-ended like answer on the Jake Gensel talk. So I think it's definitely a possibility. Of course, I don't love the long-term contract with him. He's already 30 years old, right? So don't love it, but we'll see if KD and staff are, if they're aggressive towards him and they really want him to be on the squad right now. But I won't be surprised if it happens, and if it doesn't, then also not surprised. But let's take a look at a few other names here. Cal Oposo, not very interested in him right now. 67 games played, 12 goals, 10 assists in the regular season. Of course, he's on the Panthers right now in the Stanley Cup final. So hope he gets a cup because he's been around for a while. He's been a quality player for his whole career, and what would be awesome to see him hoist that cup, right? Big fan of him in like NHL 15, right? He had a sick card. Everyone had him. Always a decent player, quality player for a while. Let's take a look at someone like Sean Monahan. He might be getting a bit of a payday, a bit of a resurgence. Does it break the bank? Probably not. 29 years old. He had some injury issues, right? The last few years, but 83 games played. Am I missing something? Or 82 games played, 26 goals, 33 assists, 59 points. So Sean Monahan, he continues to be a decent player, a quality middle six player, possibly could fill a 2C at times now, right? Um, I think that would be a very cool pickup for the Hawks, whether it's at center or on the wing in the middle six role. I think that would be really cool and very, very realistic. If we don't pick up, you know, any of the other like top 10, top 12 guys here that I mentioned, also a quality player that helps out the depth, and that's an upgrade in skill, definitely. Tyson Yost, no, thank you. Daniel Sprong, is he someone that could be on our, you know, middle six? 27 years old, right-handed, not a very big boy, right? A bit of a smaller guy, 5'10", 5'11", possibly, but right-handed winger. 76 games played, 18 goals, 25 assists, 43 points. Another middle six option, which is also very, very realistic for us right now. And I think that's a name that KD might have his eye on. Decent season from him as well. Cal Clutterbuck. Um, Cal Clutterbuck. It seems like he is definitely falling off now at 36 years old for the Islanders. He's been around for a while, definitely. Let's take a look at Nicholas Aube-Kubel. Was a decent depth player for the Avs, right, in their cup year, but did not have a great season, so not very interested in him right now. James Van Riemsdyk, cool, I guess. 35 years old now. Wow, that's crazy. 71 games played, 11 goals, 27 assists, 38 points. Hey, man, that's decent middle six numbers, contributions. Would definitely be interested in him as well as a depth piece, right? Um, Obviously not piling on a whole ton of these contracts, but one or two of these guys to get a few upgrades in talent and skill here. trying to be more competitive going into this season. Definitely, because development is all about this competition, just having quality competition. And if you're getting blown out every game, that's not going to help anyone. Not going to help anyone at all from the top to bottom. Not great. But Craig Smith, 34 years old, not very interested in him right now. But I think those are a few decent names. Van Riemsdyk, um, Sam Lafferty, cool man. I don't think KD will bring him back, but always love watching him. Uh, very, very impressive skater, right? Just a grinder of a player. Loved watching him play. Um, Michael McLeod, I think I brought him up, maybe not. Not very interested in him, but Van Riemsdyk, Sean Monahan, even like Teddy Bluger, interesting name for middle six, right? Daniel Sprong. Um, who else did I bring up? One more name. It was Wenberg or possibly Adam Henrique. I think two of those guys that I mentioned, those are very, very realistic options, and would not be surprised if I hit on one or both of those signings. Um, Obviously, don't know the term, right? Whether it's 1 or 2 years. Maybe KD will make it 2 years, just to grow off of some of this chemistry and build a competitive, winning culture with some quality players in our lineup now. Getting the depth rounded out, I think that's just going to help out everyone. Upgrading the depth of the team. And it's something that we all want to see, right? Got to get more competitive, and it starts this season. Cannot finish bottom three again because it's not good for anyone. Like I said, from the top bottom to Bedard to the rest of the lineup there. Losing is not great for anyone, and that's not messing with any of our plans, right? Um, to be honest there, right? But it's following the plan, checking out these free agents here. And it's just very realistic names that I think we could see here coming up very soon. And I wouldn't be surprised to see more rumors swirling around with those guys um, up to the draft and very shortly after the draft, right? Free agency and all the craziness will happen. But we will be back probably Friday or Saturday, going to do more draft coverage. Going to talk more draft because there for sure will be more to talk about, right? With the number 2 pick and more of the options that might be there at 18, or whether we trade up a little higher than that or not, right? But we will definitely see how that turns out. So we'll be back Friday or Saturday here to cover some more draft talk, a little more draft coverage here. Draft is coming up June 28th, round one, day one. Uh, it's going to be good. June 28th. Very pumped. We'll be back Friday or Saturday. We'll see you then. Let's go Hawks.